This is part 3 of 3 of my drawing diaries. A lot of people say to trust your intuition or like gut feelings, and I think there's something innately in us that tells us that there's a bad vibe without us actively thinking through the situation. In the same way we pull our hands away from hot things before we realise that it's hot. Kind of. But either way, it's pretty cool. But what if you already have like the bad vibe? Like if you've been feeling bad for a while, how can you trust that something feels bad when everything already feels bad? And you know, I've been on some medication that makes me like crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But I think that there was still something that like pushed me over the edge. Something felt really off, which when I think back now, I know exactly what it was that made me feel so uncomfortable, because I know I still have like struggles now, and the kind of struggle is different. I don't know how else to explain that. It just felt different. In the summer, felt different from now. So basically what I'm trying to say is that if your gut is telling you that something feels particularly off or something is making you really uncomfortable, you should not settle. Like, do what you can to find out what it is and get away from it. Like, in a safe way, obviously. It wasn't like a life-threatening situation, but it was more like I was getting into trouble for something that is beyond me, to put it vaguely. There will be people who keep information from you, people who twist information, people who react in ways you wouldn't have expected. When you don't know enough, sometimes you have no choice but to trust your intuition. So trust your intuition and use logic to find the evidence to back up that bad feeling. In non-life-threatening situations, I wonder if intuition or like gut feelings is actually the right word for it, because I feel like I have quite a strong sense and I get like I have nightmares, and like I wonder how your brain just knows something's wrong, and how far ahead can it do that? Because I knew I was going on this trip for a while, and I wonder if subconsciously I knew something bad was going to happen like this, and that's why I felt bad even before going on the trip. What a downer, these last videos. I'll be back, I think, in 3 weeks with a more positive video. The next 2 are just footage. No voiceover. I swear all I do is complain. I mean, even like talking about red flags, I definitely do things that are considered my own red flags, but I think that self-awareness and communication are so important, because I know that if I can communicate how I feel about certain things I do, and the other person can communicate that they don't like certain things I do, then, you know, I can change, or if I'm not willing to change, they can leave. But the willingness to communicate is what makes this work. Like, this is what would happen in like an ideal world, but you know, it do. Just, if there's any takeaway, communication is so important, and I love people, and I love getting to know people and getting to know their stories, and you know, because everyone has their own stories, whether that be sad or happy or like very eventful or quiet and tranquil. I'm just super shy, so I don't talk to a lot of people, but when I do, it's like when you get to know them and learn their stories, everyone's life holds such beauty. And beauty doesn't always mean positive or kind. It's like, how has the past shaped you? And how have you continued to live your life? Continue to try to be a good person, even if you've had bad events in the past. And as usual, all of my links are in the description, including my Ko-Fi page. I have some tips on being consistent on social media, and I have a watercolour painting series on relationships. So if you like hearing my thoughts here, maybe check out the Juliet's Touch collection on my Ko-Fi gallery. It's free, there's no sign up, nothing. So yeah, thank you for watching if you're still here.